Hello, Craftaholics, and if this is your first time here, it is such a pleasure to meet you. My name is Peggy. Welcome to my studio. I am so excited today. Okay, Spellbinders, which makes dies and stamps and other card making tools and paper crafting tools, they have different kits of the month clubs, like stamps and dies and foiling and you name it. Well, for a long time, talking maybe 5 years, I have wanted to join their Die of the Month clubs. They have 3. They have a small Die of the Month club, they have a large Die of the Month club, and then what's called Die Hard of the Month, which is both kits combined. And drum roll, I did it. Sorry about the shaking. Okay, I'm just so excited. Ta-da! This is my first shipment. If you order the Die Hard, this is what you get. You get both. If you order just a small Die of the Month, you get this. Large Die of the Month, you get that. And oh, I'm just so excited. Okay, they're not quite lined up because I have used them. I've cut stuff out to make some cards and some stuff for you guys. But on the back, it shows what you can make and what dies go together, what not. On both of them. And they're a little bit loose now that it says all the instructions. But I'm so excited. Okay, and this one is like, was it 23 dies in this set? And this set has 20 dies. And this one is more birthday, Valentine. Well, they both good for Valentine's Day. But as you can see, this is all florals. And this has the big ampersand. And then it says, many more. You're my forever. Happy birthday. My everything. You are above and over the rest. So you can say, like, you are above and over the rest. You are my everything. You are my forever and my everything. Happy birthday and many more. So that's what it's for. And if you have other stamps or dies, word dies, you can actually still use the ampersand just in the middle of those. Anyway, but let me show you. Like I said, I started playing with them already. That's why they're kind of wonky on there. First one I'm going to show you is the large Die of the Month club. And I already put this together because it was a lot of work. You know how my hands are. But this is the card that I came up with. And it actually still has some dimension on there. All I did let me hold it up a little bit better so you can see. When I put all my flowers down, there we go. All I did was I glued them in the center so you still have movement because the petals are still loose. Even the leaves are still not all the way loose, but you can still get some lift and whatnot from them. So that is the first card. That's the front. And on the inside, I just did a little leaf and a couple of the other flowers from the kit. But that's one of the types of things that you can create with just this die set. And I love this. I think it's so pretty. Let me put this over the tape this way. There is that one. And then with the small, let me move that a little bit more. The small one, I figured we could put a card together. So, I have, both of them were the same. The card base is 110-pound cardstock. And I just used scraps. Let me kind of get all those out. Okay. First, I'm going to do a Valentine's type card, since that is coming up soon. So, first of all, I had this. Isn't this cardstock beautiful? It's already embossed with the roses, and I thought that'd be a great background. And I don't attach it yet. I usually build my layer, and then I attach it to my card base. It's just a lot, let me put this aside. It's just a lot easier if you make a mistake. Instead of ruining the whole card, you just have to recut this. But I actually think this is the only piece of this I have. I don't know. Out of the die set, I cut out, and this is like handmade paper. It's got a little bit of gold in it. It's kind of hard to see. There is a little bit of gold in there. But I cut out the You Are My Forever and My Everything. I did the ampersand, which is in 2 pieces. It's all, there we go, it's getting stuck. I also did that out of another cardstock that had like gold threads going through it. And I don't know if you can, you can't really see the gold, but these are all the gold flakes that are going through it. And this little piece actually has some dimension to it, and that's another gold piece. It looks black, but it's a gold piece. So those layer, And then some of them I already put together, like the little inside on this part of the flower I put together. I put, where's my little pickup tool? My fingers aren't wanting to work. I put those 3 together already to make that little flower. And then I put 2 other pieces together to make that little flower. And then I cut the leaves just out of 2 different colors of green cardstock, just a little bit of variation. So the first thing I want to do, this is Barely Art Glue. I am going to, first I'm going to put my glasses on because it's always best to be able to see what you're doing. Okay, let me see. This side, it's not interchangeable. It does have it is size. So what I'm going to do first is glue this down. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. You don't need a whole lot, just enough to hold it. And then I'm just going to line those pieces up. And yeah, I usually do this kind of stuff off camera, but I figured I would just show you how easy it is to do. Even somebody like me who's got really bad hands, it's not that difficult. And all that does is it gives it a little bit of dimension because you have that little raised bit. Now, what you can do, you can actually cut it out a few times, each piece a few times, and layer it so you get a nice thicker bit of dimension. And I lined them up the best I could. But there is that. And if you want a really good bond, you can put something heavy over top of it while it dries. Okay, there is that. And like I said, I already put those together. I just have this I'm going to put on top of this flower. Just a little dot in the middle. That was a little bit too much, actually. Clean that because that kind of went rogue there. And instead of lining them up, kind of offsetting it so that this petal goes between these petals a little bit. It's not going to line up perfect, but see how now it's offset a little bit? There you go. Now you can also take something like this and you can curl the leaves if you want to around something. I'm not going to, but you can curl them if you'd like to get a little bit more rounded dimension to them. Or like this, you can just poke these up in the middle a little bit if you wanted to. Just for something a little bit different, little change. Now remember though, if it's going in an envelope, that gives it a little bit of a different look. Just by poking up those middle pieces. Now remember, if it's going in an envelope, it's all going to flatten down anyway. But if it's not, you're good to go. All right, don't know why my mouth made that noise. I apologize. Okay, let's get our card base, or not base, but you know what I mean. Our layering piece here. First thing, I want my ampersand to be in the middle. So, trying to hold on to this is kind of rough. I am just going to put some places just little dots of glue. Others a little bit more thick, that's all. Not a whole lot. But I'm just going to make sure it is as close to the middle as I can get it. Now you could also pop this up on like Pop Dots or something if you wanted to. And it's a little crooked, but you know what? It looks okay. I think it still looks pretty. That is so pretty. Okay. Next thing I want to do is put down my words. And I think I'm going to put like this one off to the side a little bit. And then this one down here off to the side. So, You Are My Forever is going to go at the top because it'll say You Are My Forever and My Everything. So a little bit of glue. And I'm going to kind of line it kind of even, a little bit, between the top of the card and my ampersand. Okay. Hold that down for a minute. Being handmade paper, it takes, for some reason, it takes it a little bit longer to stick. I don't know why. Okay. And this is neat. Let me hold this up a little bit closer so you can see. The die actually cuts out the shape, but it basically imprints the words into the paper. So that's pretty cool, actually. I like it like that. Now you could also, if you wanted to, you could add some ink. And you could ink, this my everything. Above it, or take like some gilding wax or something and do the upper paper, so that kind of changes like to a gold maybe, which would be nice to match the gold flakes. And then you just have the imprinted words that you would be able to read in the white paper. So there's our first bit of it that we have. And it's kind of hard to see, but you are my forever and my everything. So pretty. And that's already a pretty card. I mean, you could just stop there if you wanted to. But no. We are going to add some flowers. And I think we'll kind of put them, a little bit of glue hanging out there. Kind of like that, probably. We'll have to see. I actually started out with a black ampersand, but it didn't look good. It just was wrong. So again, I'm going to put this one down first because I know I want this as my focal. And I just got, if you see, just a little dot of glue there in the middle. And I'm going to put it right about there. I'm just going to hold it down for a minute. And again, you still have the movement. And you still have of the sides. So there's still, and you can puff that up again when we're all done in the middle if you like. There you go. Okay. There's our first flower. Then I think what I might do is add some of the greenery in first. And I love that. I love the shape of that one. So I think I'm going to use them both in the darker green. Probably like that. Now remember, if you've glued a little bit more down or whatever, you can actually rip these and you can use just whatever you need. It's not a big deal. So you can always like rip the tail end of the leaves off or whatever. I'm just going to do a little bit of glue right down the middle and right down the stem. I'm going to put that one in like that. Okay. Where the leaves can still kind of move, but the stem is stuck down. And then this one, I'm going to do the same. So I just put I'm out of frame. See, just down the stem, I have glue all over my fingers all of a sudden. And I'm going to slide that under the flower and just kind of put that there. And I've got a little bit of glue seepage, and it's fine. I'm just kind of dabbing it off with my finger. You can dab it off with a cloth or wait for it to dry and use one of the, like an adhesive eraser, whichever you would prefer to do. But I'm fine with just dabbing it because other stuff is going to go down there anyway. I think I will put that flower maybe up this way. Okay, but first I'm going to use, let's see. I'm going to use, I think, one of these leaves in this brighter green. Okay, I'm going to stick a couple down. Again, I just have the glue on the stem. Okay, there's that. Then maybe we'll take, I will take this leaf. And again, just putting glue on the stem. Just going to kind of slide it in there. Okay. Oh, sorry, just got an itch, guys. Okay. Now I can, yeah, they're going to slide this one right up there. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue just right at the bottom there. I'm just going to slide that under that petal and place it there. Okay. Then this little guy, I think I'm going to put him down here. But let's see. I have these other petals, or these other leaves. I'm wondering, let's see. And let me put him down first. Okay, sorry. Little tiny flower. I'm just putting a little bit of glue, again, just down in the corner. And this one, I think I will just slide it there. So it's kind of under those petals, but just right there. And then I'm going to take, I really like the darker green a lot better than the bright green, but I take one of the darker green, these tiny leaves. And the same thing, just with a little bit of glue on the stem. Let's slide one under, right under that little flower, right there. And then there's a tiny, tiny little leaf. Because I cut each set out twice. Just, I wasn't sure what I was going to be using or not. Let's put a little bit of glue there. I'm going to turn this just for a second. There we go. So I can... There we go, right under there. And that's all I'm putting on it, but I think that is just so pretty. So pretty for Valentine's Day. So let me slide those out of the way. I'm just going to take my layer piece. Make sure my card's opening the right way. And these are just regular, I cut them down regular note card, 4 1/4 by 5.5. And this is just 1/8 of an inch smaller all the way around. So 4 1/8 by what, 5 3/8 is the size. And you can use glue, you can use you can pop it up with foam tape. You can use tape, whichever. I'm just gonna glue that down onto that card base. And that quickly, let's see, we can pop up this middle again a little bit to give that some dimension. But again, because we only glued in the middle, you still have movement. Not so much on the little one, but on the bigger flowers, you still have some movement. And there you go. Easy card from a beautiful monthly kit. 2 beautiful monthly kits. And I really hope that you go to Spellbinders and check them out. I will have a link in the description below that should take you hopefully right to this page. And that's it. That's all I have for you today. I hope you have a great day. If you like this video and you like this set, please give my video a thumbs up, share it with a crafty friend, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And I love y'all, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.